Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Soft Girl, Soft Life, the podcast where we dive deep into the transformative power of doing your thing in the world from a nurtured place where you feel empowered to show up as your full self. I'm your host, Kleidi Jeen, and you can go ahead and grab a seat, get a snack, and get this tea. In the intro episode of Soft Girl, Soft Life, I dropped a word or two about my softness method. And honey, this method was hard earned. Don't get me started. It took several years of experimentation, of being curious, of being brutally honest with myself, of going through it in my own life, and working at the same time to perfect this method, this framework. So I wanted to help myself gently navigate the super stressful, muddy waters of my life that jumped off with COVID. And I knew in the back of my mind that if what I was doing worked, I wanted to help others in the same way. Well, it worked, and now I help others with my proven method. In today's episode, I'm about to drop all the deets about what my softness method is and why it works. So let's get it. If you're ready to infuse your life with a little more softness, trust, you won't want to miss this. The softness method is my 5-pillar framework that takes you from toughening up to succeed to doing your thing from a nurtured place and being your true self at the same damn time. The 5 pillars are more like layers in a cake, right? They work seamlessly together, nurturing you internally and externally, soul deep to superficial. Within each pillar, there are many practices that you can do to employ that pillar in your life to create softness. And this is how I provide a super customized, super tailor-made experience to each of my clients based on their current needs. So the softness method will look sometimes drastically different with each client because of their own personal situation. So I really love that about the method, how changeable it is, but still remaining the same. So why these pillars? Well, each of these pillars was chosen based on personal experience with my clients, my wellness trainings and certifications, my teaching experience, and my knowledge of how humans work through a historical and anthropological lens. Trust. These pillars are not random. A lot of research and a lot of experimentation went into figuring all of this out and into choosing each pillar. So why don't we get into the first pillar, self-knowing. Self-knowing is about knowing yourself at a soul deep level, all the way to knowing your dreams and goals based on this soul level knowledge. I take my clients on an inner journey of self-understanding that keeps them curious about themselves on their day-to-day, which results in exponential growth and accessing a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction more in their lives because of all the benefits that come out of this type of knowing. The second pillar is all about softening and slowing the F down. For some, based on how deep they are in chronic stress, high performing, and other factors, this can be the hardest part. For others, it's a more welcome part of the journey. It just depends. But this is where we refine and introduce self-care practices more aligned with who you are and what you're experiencing and what you need based on these experiences. This is where the yoga, the breath work, the relaxation practices, and things like that, this is where all of that comes into play. Doing one or some of these practices on their own doesn't really sustain a soft life, but when they're coupled or layered with the other 4 layers of that softness method cake, oh honey, just watch out, okay? So let's get to the other layer, the third pillar. This one is about interacting with the external world. Period. And doing so in a way that actually nurtures you instead of exhausting you. Okay, so this is a big deal. So what that boils down to for this pillar then though is boundaries and interpersonal communication. And I want to give you all the hacks, the cheat codes, and the foundational understanding of how to work with these two in a way that works For you, especially if you're led by the heart, especially if you're a sensitive person like myself, especially if you're a creative person. So, yes, healthy boundaries and clear communication are absolutely core parts of a soft life. That fourth layer, the fourth pillar, is about introducing unapologetic authenticity. And this is where you start to take a hard look at your beliefs, your values, at the information that you're receiving about yourself from the world and that you've internalized. And here's where you decide if it's true or if it's time to let go of it. Okay, this is about unmasking where possible to be you and more trusting in your intuition and reestablishing a connection, a strong connection with yourself and your intuition. And my last, fifth, and final pillar brings us back actually to the first one. So you've hypothetically worked with all these pillars, right? You've practiced some of these things in your life. You're already feeling lighter, softer, a bit more ease. You're feeling happy more often, and so on. So now you're more grounded in who you actually are, and you've shed what others need you to be, and you're being more yourself. So now it's time to take intentional action. Based on what? Well, based on what dreams and goals you've clarified in that first pillar of self-knowing. And so it's a circle, really, that continues and continues as you touch upon each part of you're softening with each part, you're nurturing yourself with each part and bringing more ease into your life and simultaneously creating a path of clear action to take on your dreams and your goals. So there you have it. Those are my 5 pillars to my proven softness method to help you nurture yourself into a soft and sustainable, balanced life. And if you enjoyed today's episode, do not forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your takeaways in the comments. And if you're ready to let go of toughening up to succeed and to be your authentic, soft self in the world, go ahead and submit an inquiry for Hustle Who. This is my 12-week one-to-one soft life coaching program designed for my driven peeps tired of feeling stuck in survival mode. And so this is your chance to glow up, reclaim your peace, and achieve big wins on your own terms. Let's make soft your new power move. Okay, so you can find it linked in the description below. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. And until next time, I want you to create a life so soft it feels like sleeping in on a Monday morning wrapped in a cashmere blanket. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And remember, over here, we're all soft, no fluff. Stay soft, stay joyful, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Soft Girl, Soft Life.